Okay, what's up? This is VOD review for Yuri Ark, doing some more Wagner review. We've got a couple of sets, one versus Foxov and one versus a player called Nev, who I don't think I've heard of. But let's get into it. Okay, Wagner versus Aurier. This is a matchup that I've played quite a lot of, actually. This was one of the matchups that I learned alongside my friend Ben, who some of you might know as Riddlemaster, as we were both learning fighting games. So this is a matchup I have played a lot of personally. Okay, so already we're backdashing at round start. I don't know why we're backdashing at round start. There's no need for you to give up this much screen space, and I don't even think backdash deals with B thrust. We have the game, which will sit in windowed mode so that I can flip between things easily. But I think if Aurier round start does B thrust, it will clip your backdash. Which if you don't know how to practice round starts, then what we do, let's just put this back to normal. Give your opponent Vorpal. Let's go back to the first slot. Okay, so that's A thrust. Sorry, that's B thrust, that's A thrust. And then I think what a lot of Aurier players will actually do is they'll do something like that. Or is it? It's that one. But either way, that's not super important. Yeah. So if I'm backdashing at round start here, I still get clipped by B thrust. Sure, you get around A thrust, but you know what else gets you around A thrust? I must have lost my A thrust recording. Walk back. So backdashing at round start seems very strange to me. Okay, so we get a buff and we get sword. So this tells me that you're not trying to armor through Persona or anything like that to get in. It looks like when I see someone do this, I assume that their only thing that they're trying to do is drill. And this is a matchup that you can decide to play a lot of neutral in. I think trying to use drill to skip neutral in this matchup, if you don't have resources, is pretty bad. And I don't consider sword buff a resource that works for that. Okay, this spot is going to come up quite a lot in this matchup. This position here, where Aurier is above you trying to land with Air Persona, because this shit's really good. So this is, I think, some situational awareness where you see this. As soon as you get that dash to be on the other side of her, like that's exactly what you want to do, is you want to whiff punish this. So you get a 2A. This could have been a 5B. This could have been a 5C. This could have been pretty big. Instead, we do kind of a bad combo, but it's fine. You could have gotten some more damage out of this, but that's not super important. The main thing is now we look at cycle decision making, which is kind of where the most of this interaction is going to be played from what I can expect. So you have about a half block crit advantage, which means that you can slow play this situation and jail Aurier out, kind of put her in a position where she has to overcommit to either a thrust or 2B on defense or a force function, all of which, if you're standing at tip 6B range, you can play around from an advantageous spacing. So yeah, just kind of lacking confidence in your offense there. Maybe you're getting used to 4 frames. I don't know. Either way, this kind of situation here should be a guaranteed DP. Quick rise with the opponent above you. There's nothing they can do here. DP, 3C. BDP is probably your safest option. 3C might be higher reward, but you might get clipped by back hit of Air Thanatos or something like that. So just DP there. You never have to hold that. Same thing here. I think your 2 best reactions to train when you see Aurier force function is either dash forward or DP, because your DP hits on either side of you. And it's kind of difficult for Aurier, unless she's directly on top of you, to flip over to the other side. Okay, you were also looking for the 6B shield, so it's good that you know that. Playing for cycle here, but see that walk back? That walk back cost you this interaction. Let's watch it again. So here, you're just giving up grid for free by not standing your ground. There's no reason for you to be holding back here instead of holding down back to take the space. And then at this point, you'd walk back again, see the grid that you lost, the grid that they gained, and now it's not high counter, so I don't think you tried to 6-6C. Maybe you tried to drill. No, drill would have been high counter. I don't know what you tried to do here, but either way, you played the situation a little bit too passively, and you got clipped for it. Okay, good DP there. This Aurier player is doing a lot of head-ass stuff. Just meaty them. You don't die. The only thing you die to is IW on reversal here. Especially since this is a first to 5, just meaty in this spot. Okay, things are getting a little sloppy. See, that was the one thing that I didn't want to see. Is you had no install, so shield is not a way that you can play in neutral unless you have install. You have a lot of resources, so you could have played for drill, which is what this Aurier player was looking for. If you look at exactly this spacing, this is the spacing that every Wagner player that isn't comfortable playing neutral wants to skip neutral and drill. But as soon as you learn how to play neutral, or you display to the opponent that you're comfortable playing neutral in this spot is no longer good. And instead you get smoked by exactly what they were looking for. Okay, this is a pretty hard call out on up forward from Aurier. I don't think this covers thrust. We can go back to our, where is it? Yeah, doesn't deal with that. Doesn't deal with that. So this only deals with one option. Now you're right, and player versus player reads are important. But showing a read in round 2 of a first to 5, I like the idea of 5C, but you will learn that 5C is not the anti-air we all want it to be. This spot, you have meter. 236B is absolutely amazing here. Especially in like the Waldstein matchup, that can be one of your go-to anti-airs. Because it's a lot harder for him to get around. Whereas like 3C can get baited here, especially by Air Persona and stuff like that. 236B, especially when you have resources, you have sword buff and you have meter, is money in this spot if you see Aurier trying to jump. Aurier should not be allowed to jump quite this much. And you as Wagner should pretty much always look to play this matchup on the ground. Which is kind of funny, right? You know, the thrust character is the one that's allowed to jump. Okay. So decided to not play around Vorpal there. Lose a cycle, you get CSDP'd. Okay. Kind of strange routing, but it's alright. Okay, so if you take shield here on your Oki. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't actually want I just want instrumental music. Sorry, give me a moment to fix this. Instrumental jazz. All right. Okay, so let's go back to this knockdown. So you took shield instead of sword. Now, there's a very important reason why the default is to take sword almost all of the time. And it's because it gives you a stronger threat off of throw. This Vorpal situation, you're about to win the cycle as long as you don't overcommit, which means that your opponent has to make a play, which means that if you take sword here, you put yourself in the situation where you can punish the opponent for trying to make a play. In this case, you take shield, which means that, you take a buff to use it, not to just sit on it for the whole time. Which means that you're going to, at some point, press 214A, probably at a reasonably spaced distance, so that you can, try and armor through a 2B poke or something like that, and be plus in their face. So what happens is, you overcommit on offense, you give your opponent the cycle, they don't respect your plus frames, and you check them, which is great, but you don't believe. In a spot like this, where you're going to check someone with plus frames, hit stop OSing 5A, 5C is very useful, because it means that you have that second button to confirm, and you can do a hit stop OS by just plinking 5A and then 5C. I'll show you that here. If I set the dummy to randomly block, I actually don't think you can hit stop OS this, but just kind of auto confirming your string in this position to give yourself the opportunity to hit confirm. So like in that case, it comes up both on hit and block. But if you're going to set up a plus frame situation like that, try and make it as easy on yourself as possible. Okay, so this to me is already like showing that you're not really as comfortable playing the game without resources. You're a little reliant on your resources in spots. Because like this situation right here, like this spacing that you were at, let me go back to the 2C. Like blocking this 2C, if you rebeat this and walk back, she has to commit to thrust. 2B will not hit from this far away if you rebeat this and walk back on -1. Which then means that you can then 6-6C or drill back into whiff punish. So they didn't take the guaranteed shield. They've now found their way out of the corner. That situation they can actually press out of. Yeah, again, these... Oh, the microdash 3B was kind of clean there. These situations where you're not... just like being content to play the neutral. Where you're kind of forcing your way in a lot more than you need to. There's a lot of time in this game. You don't need to win immediately. You just need to win... There's 99 seconds on the clock. You have a lot of time to win. Oh, I think you were probably +1 there. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be hard for them to... Oh, they actually found a way to throw the cycle. I was about to say that this spot, when you're up this much grid, is like almost unlosable, and then they dash in and give you the opportunity to win the cycle. So good job making the play there. Let's actually see what this situation is. So this is like... I need you to always block, though. It's about that spacing. Yeah, here you're going to be pretty minus. That's kind of where it gets to being 0. So you're -1 in that spot. If you're looking for the +3 spacing, or when it starts to be plus, that's at tip 6B range. And depending on how you delay it, you can get +2 and +3. But tip 5C is, yeah, generally -1. I don't know what you're doing here. This is very weird to me, that this is an option that you would go to. I have to assume this is a misinput. Would you get this by trying to dash block? I don't know. But this is very weird to me, that this is an option that you would even consider in this spot. I tried to go for the side swap, but yeah. Not quite the right starter. Okay. And then here's the other thing about this. If you're in this position and you do not have sword buff, you lose the majority of your threat off of throw. If you have sword buff here and you do like a short string into a bait, then, you know, the cycle will be about here. And then they have one chance to RPS for their turn. If they're wrong, they get counter hit and they definitely die. If they're not wrong, you get to reset your pressure and come back in again, and then throw will kill. Like, this throw is great, except there's no install here, so you can't, you know, cash out and take advantage of this situation that you have created. That's the entire point of VO Wagner, is that when you have sword buff and you're in Veil off and you're about to win the cycle, then the opponent has to think about a lot of things because they can no longer take the throw. And if they're wrong, then they die. So you've set up part of the win condition, but not enough of it. And now, you gave them 6B as a 2-hit button. You can rebeat the first hit to bait this kind of green shield that they've shown you a lot. Yeah, and then like backdashing in these neutral CS situations, like I don't know, some of your decision making to me seems kind of strange, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on in your head in some of these spots. And maybe that's a question that you can ask yourself. Is that, what am I thinking about in these kind of positions? Because that's one thing that I'm normally pretty good at in VOD review. Yeah, again, this spot's -1. You did a 5-frame move, she did a 6-frame move, you traded. You kind of have to ask yourself if you know, looking back at this, what all of your decision making was. Wow, you swung with 5C there. That was bolder than I would have been. A little late on the hit confirm as well, but that's all right. Okay, we have the cycle. Ah, no reversal there, though. That seems like a really early TRM attempt. What is this knockdown? What are you looking to accomplish here? You already have the lead in the cycle. I don't know what you're trying to go for there. CS here first. Gets a meter back. Okay, so this I can definitely explain. This dash 3C, we've all been there. We've all been there where someone is going to the air and we're like, nah, I'm going to be nice and I'm going to dash 3C here. As long as it's dash block and then dash 3C, I think this is fine. But again, you are committing very hard at the beginning of this. This is full run 3C. So you're not holding back for like that entire time. You can bait that if you meet it with 5A. Well, with 4A, technically. Yeah, because now you're going to lose the cycle. VO is a great mechanic. Caught your walk back. So they actually have no reason to commit this hard on offense because they're in a position where they can force you to whiff something to try to win the cycle back. Yeah, Drill's going to trade. And this is the spot where now it's like kind of clear that you're not super confident in being in this position. Like, this position, life-wise, is not great for you, but in terms of position on the screen, isn't actually that bad. A lot of these spots that you've been in. They've been in spots that you generally would prefer not to be in, but they're not overly detrimental to you. I think you're thinking that you have install when you don't have install. Because you're doing a lot of 2-1-4s in spots that to me seem pretty weird. Like even that. She can just press 5A there and confirm and kill you. Okay, this is a big hit for you though. You need to Vorpal strip here so that... Oh no, sorry, you have the cycle. Okay, now we're having a little bit too much fun. You know that you're being a shit disturber when you do shit like this. When your Oki is dash 80p. Like that tells me you're not trying to win this game. You're trying to send a message or execute an idea that you have in your head. Which is fine. But recognize that what you did is a bad decision that worked. Okay, just win the cycle. You gotta tighten up your offense a bit. This character has like some of the best stagger pressure in the game. And you're not really leveraging it very effectively. Holy shit, you are just swinging. You're insane. You're like actually nuts. If you're wrong there, you lose the game. Like, I hope you understand that. Okay, we're just all right. Again, I want to make it clear to anyone else watching this that this all happened to work. None of this is what I would call good and consistent decision making. There's a concept from Seth players. Where's my notepad? There's a concept from Seth players, which is CCP versus dip. CCP is clean, consistent play. And dip is, as you might think, dirty, inconsistent play. Inconsistent play. Typing is hard apparently when you're doing VOD review. Okay, you are here right now. Which there are some strengths to dirty, inconsistent play, but the main weakness is that it is by definition inconsistent. And especially like I've seen you typing in LFGPC that it's like you want to try and make it out of pools in a major. The way that you are playing right now is not conducive to making it out of pools in a major. So if that is the goal that you want to work towards, then you need to start working towards some more clean and consistent play. Oh, 5B there. It's easier to confirm trades with 5B there. Oh, you were just asking to lose the cycle there. Oh, where's your... This spot is everything. DP, 236B, like anything. This is exactly the kind of spot that you're looking to get to. And you need to be ready to capitalize on this kind of thing. Knock you away, concentrate. Okay, I like that you didn't... Again, like that, to me, is very strange, what you just did. Vorpal Strip? Sword buff? No. Take sword buff here. You have no threat in this position. They're up in the cycle. They have meter. You have no threat. And that's why they didn't mash. You don't have the ability to present enough of a threat in this state. Unless you have sword buff. Yeah, they're finally taking advantage of the fact that you're swinging a lot. Oh, they really tried to win that, to cheese that cycle back. Okay, good confirm. I'll give you that. Like, where's... Looking at this string to me, it seems like... How to win with Wagner. There is one step in how to win with Wagner. is you have to force the opponent to make the wrong decision on defense. Because your offense is not strong enough to open up good players. You have to make the opponent make the wrong decision on defense. And the thing about this that a lot of people forget is that in order for this to work, you must give the opponent the opportunity to make the mistake. That whole first section of the string, there's no gap. All of that was gapless. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you go back and look at stuff Vasis posted, because you can definitely kill off of the hit that you got. They say you can 100% kill off of with like IC5C, ICFF here. You can definitely kill them here. And if this is the threat that you're going to present, where you're just gonna see if they do the wrong thing on defense instead of if you're forcing them to make the wrong thing on defense, then you have to set yourself up to capitalize off of it. Because you 100% could have killed there. Okay, this was like one of the first offensive sequences that you've done that I've really liked. Like this walk back. When you're walking back, you're giving the opponent the opportunity to make the mistake, and then you can stuff them out, you know, with 5B or 6B like you're trying to do here. But then here, like, why are you backdashing? What does backdashing do for you here? A lot of when I'm watching you play in this set, I can't understand the decisions that you're making. And I think the biggest takeaway from this that I can offer to you is that you go back and watch this again and try to determine what your decision making was. Because yeah, some of the things that you do just seem very strange to me. And I'm more than happy to, you know, admit that maybe there's something I'm not thinking of or understanding. Oh, they could have killed you if they did the good combo. They do the dash 5B combo there, you're dead. But apparently that combo's too hard. Even though I don't think Ben has dropped that combo in like 3 years. In variable frame delay, I don't know. Again, this only deals with that. So just another important concept of fighting games. Just because it worked does not mean it was correct. You can make the wrong decision and gain a favorable outcome, just as you can make the right decision and gain an unfavorable outcome. This is how you make better decisions and move to clean, consistent play, is understanding the decisions that you're making and why you're making them and what they accomplish. Also, like, please just remove backdash as an idea in your head. I don't know if a lot of like Guilty Gear players like really like backdashing, or like Gordon Hyde players really like backdashing. Wagner backdash is not particularly useful. Generally, you would rather hold your ground. See, like there, the information that you gained is that, okay, they're going to think about pressing after 2As. So do some 2As into a frame trap, you know, into a slight delay 5C, into a slight delay 5B or 2C or something like that. You created the opportunity for the opponent to make the mistake, but you weren't in a position to deal with them making the mistake. Again, you don't have sword buff here. Going into Veil Off does not win you the game here. Just gonna add this to my takeaways. Theo Wagner is strong because of the threat of throw, which requires sword install. If you don't have sword install, threat is not there as much. Like, why are we doing this? We're dashing up to take space? Great. All right, now we can continue to push Aurier into the corner to then make her commit to going to the air and then catch her there. And then we backdash. All of the space that we just gained is lost. Like, this is the kind of decision making to me that, like, does not make that much sense. Oh, see that? This was awesome. You gave them the opportunity to make the mistake, and then you dashed in and punished. Does this lose to thrust? Yeah, that's fine, but they don't have cycle yet. They're not going to think about thrusting. Oh, this is so much better. Where was this offense in all of the first games? No, don't. This move as an overhead without install is not real. Forget that this move exists as an overhead, and it only exists as a frame trap option off 214 if you don't have install. You'll get snoozers, but you won't get players that are ready, that know how your character works. Again, yeah, 5C is not the button that you think it is there. 236B will do you a lot of favors in spots like that. Okay, we lost the cycle and mashed. I don't actually know if this works at all from there. You have counter hit scaling, so maybe it does. But generally you go for the side swap earlier if you're gonna do that routing. That's something you can practice on your own time. You don't need me to tell you that. Again, backdash. Like, backdash is not it's not a Guilty Gear backdash. I don't know what games you've played before, but backdash is not the tool that you think it is. Backdash costs you grid, which is like one of the most important things in the game. Like, good on you for waiting for the opponent to demonstrate that they're going to deal with that situation differently. Your opponent has no reversal. You have everything that you want. You have sword buff. You have a grid lead. You're in a great spot. And what do? Okay, sorry, this is after this. So now you have a huge grid lead, and then you backdash, and you just throw away grid randomly. Like, what's going on here? You were already at a good spacing. Okay, she's got no reversal. You can go to town. If you did land ADP CDP, this would have killed. Or you also could have... Let me look at the routing again. Charge, shield, IC214 here into drill will also give you the extra damage that you need. There was a lot of ways that you could have killed from this spot. 660 FF, one hit ADP, EXDP, or just full ADP, EXDP in that spot. A lot of ways that you could have killed from there. Okay, so now I'm hoping that this doesn't... Oh, they missed their microdash. Okay, the green shield gets whiffed. See, like this kind of offense right here, it's like they're playing at a spacing where you are being given the opportunity to overcommit, and they can punish you with thrust or 214A or 5B. Exactly that. They're waiting for you to make the mistake. I actually don't... This confirm kind of sucked. Yeah, that confirm really sucked. Yeah. Kind of got away with murder there. Again, backdash, not sure really what's going on there. Okay, I don't hate the decision of Vorpal Strip here. Okay, you need to make this count. This is a counter hit. All right, please don't cash out. The reason why I don't think you should cash out here is that you're in a super good position in grid. If you just do a knockdown, take sword install here, you're about to win the cycle, you still have Veil off time. You're not going to kill them off throw, but you have a pretty big threat. And cashing out now gives you like 600 to 800 damage. But that could have been like another 4k. Oh, the idea was good. You just got to check your spacing a little bit. 2B in that spot, 100% would have caught. But 2C is a little bit smaller. Yeah, that looked like a missed dash block. Okay, your mid-screen pressure is solid. Your pressure in the corner, it does not look like you have practiced it very much. Okay, I like the delay there. Yeah, you can go crazy here. Just bait some green shields. Okay, so now you're going to lose the cycle. So now you have to worry about thrust CS. Okay, which we do a good job of baiting. You love to see it. Do you kill them here? No. But it's okay. You win a scramble. That sequence there, great. Love that sequence there. Let's try and incorporate that kind of offense in a lot more. Yeah, see, now they're waiting for your overcommittal option and punishing you for it. I was gonna say, Ori is very happy to play this game because she has a tool that's like plus 12 on shield. Yeah, 5A is an insane button. Okay, DP in that spot I don't hate. It's definitely a gamble though. Like it's not a consistent play. You were gonna win the cycle anyways. Why did you Vorpal Strip? Yeah, I'm not sure why you Vorpal Stripped there. You were gonna win the cycle anyways. Oh, if you got that confirm, I would have been pretty happy. That's -5. That should have been a punish. You had no install. Oh, I like the drop for the cycle. Oh, whiff throw. It's too powerful. Yeah, I got it. Overthought the situation. And now, again, I also don't know why they're Vorpal stripping there either. They're not going to win the cycle. I mean, that trade is fine for them. They can't die here. You now have no more threat. They don't have a reversal yet. So you can still be pretty confident in kind of jailing. Oh, and thrust CS. Now they're out. You're in the corner. You're going to get this cycle back, though. That's for sure. 6B! Yeah, early and late cycle, 6B is really good because you're thinking about grid, which means you're not thinking about the overhead. Anyways, yeah, main takeaway from that, think about the decisions that you're making because some of them I don't know what you're doing and I don't know why you're making some of the decisions that you're making. And that's something that I feel like is one of the main strengths and why I do VOD review for people. Again, your offense needs to allow the opportunity for the opponent to make the mistake so you can kill them for it. Again, on the topic of decision making, just because something worked does not mean it was correct. This is a concept otherwise known as results oriented thinking. This is bad in the long term. And if you're going to go into VO state, you need sword install. Otherwise, you're threatening plus frames off 2-2C, and that's about it. Okay, so let's look at the other set here, which is against Fox of 42. We'll see who Fox of is playing. Fox of Seth? Okay, Fox of Seth. Okay, things about the Seth matchup. Against Seth. Against Seth. Your best anti-air is 2-2C is your best anti-air in this matchup. Because everything else can be played around pretty consistently by Seth's general game plan. But 2-2C, that shit hits the top of the screen. You get under Seth and you press 2-2C, there's no outplaying that unless he's EX diving it on reaction. At which point I think you can maybe 6-6C and punish, but probably not. 2-2C is a very annoying option for Seth in the air. Now, I have never seen Fox of play Seth, so I don't know how he plays Seth. We will see if he's presenting the things that you should be thinking about, or if he's having a fun time playing Seth. Okay, he's doing stuff. Okay, there's the orb set. Okay, so yeah, general neutral game plan against Seth is that winning cycle is very good because it means that fast fall kick is no longer half screen. You can either chase Seth or you can chase the orb. No, recognize that if you chase the orb and Seth is in a position to punish you for chasing the orb, then just be aware of that. If you chase Seth, internalize the orb timer, because when the orb fires, if you then change your movement, generally as Wagner, you'll do this with like assault in the air, so then the orb hit will go underneath you. Outside of that, orb tracking is pretty good. So once you get used to playing around this is half an hour. This is 53 minutes of games. I'm gonna watch the first. We'll do the first to 3. Okay, so in this spot, yep, this is not a position where you can die for killing the orb. Killing the orb is good. Okay, we got to think about the cycle. He fixes his spacing. And you were in a position where the only way that you could lose this cycle is if you got thrown or if you get grid broken. And your layer 1 was 180. So keep this in mind. You can play around this once you know this about yourself as well. Cage drop combos is hard. Yep, that's classic cross up. What's the routing? Okay, kind of bonus routing from him. Yeah, that throw was a little bit obvious, and he is doing a good job of seeing your 1AD timings. Now, sometimes that does kind of happen. Oh my god. You did 6-6C on round start against Seth, a character who likes being in the air, using his superior air mobility to you while you're on the ground. Think about that for a moment. Nice route. Oh, good reaction. Okay, but now he's out. Oh, he stood up. Sometimes you get away with murder. Oh, the fake cross up this time, because he did the real cross up last time. Okay, is he going to reset you, or is he just going to take his knockdown? He's just going to take his knockdown. Okay, this knockdown is extremely good. There is a lot of set play that you can do here. Like, legitimate set play that has layers that you have to guess on. Cross up. Oh, he actually went fake cross up. But the nice thing about that is if you get hit, you still get hit. Okay, this is something that if you want layer 1 counterplay, if they're doing blink dive, there is an anti-Seth OS, which is 4214B. Sorry, no, it's 636B. Wait, is it that? No, sorry. That one doesn't... I mean, it kind of works. Basically, the idea is that if Seth goes on the other side of you, you get either DP or 214B or 236B. And then if he goes on the other side of you, then you're out. I don't actually think it's as useful with Wagner as it is with other characters. But that is something that you can do. Or what's more advantageous is dash blocking when you see blink. Preferably dash blocking forward instead of getting backdash. There's like some other layers of counterplay in that, but we won't worry about that unless it comes up. That round just kind of looked like you didn't have a solid game plan against Seth. Okay, this actually there's a better reason for. Seth is a character who likes to be in the air, so let's meet Seth in the air. Why Foxov did up forward against Wagner, a character with better air buttons, is another thing to think about. Dude, that shit is so good. Again, you are using 6-6C, an option to catch grounded opponents, as a panic option against a character who really likes being in the air. He is fishing for you to mash. I tried to check with 5A. 5A is unfortunately not an anti-air. Oh, maybe that was you doing it. Okay, that was good. If you're gonna think about something there, Assault J ACS or TRM can kill. What layer was he on? Oh, he just didn't block. Sometimes you get hit by mids. Okay, so exactly what just happened there is why up forward on round start is not super useful. Yeah, this is this is definitely a step between two people who both don't entirely know what's going on either end. Okay, this unblockable setup. Okay, there we go. Delay Tech VO, you know. Okay, you got both buffs, but you gotta track his air actions. Oh, he dashed into you. Okay, good pickup, good pickup. Two C, 3C? Nice. He's definitely, like, not on the right layer for what you've shown. Oh, this is big! Okay, so he's shown that he's gonna 3-cat in that spot. Do you use this? Please fix your... Fox, if you could have put him in the corner. Yeah, you are not actionable there. That was a bad decision. Again, no sword buff. Where's the threat? What are you gonna do? Okay, you went from being plus to being plus. Oh, nice. The delay was good. Yeah, a character with a better backdash maybe gets out there. Oh, good spacing. Okay, so a big thing for you when Seth is in the air is do not chase Seth in the air until he has expended at least one air action. 2 is preferred. If Seth has all of his options, it is not worth your time for you to try to chase him around. If he's expended one of them, you can start taking position. If he's expended 2 air actions, that's where you're like, okay, now you're running out of options. All right, we're just mashing. That is a very real knockdown. Seth 63C knockdown is like one of the most consistent knockdowns in the game. Yeah, you just gotta block in that spot. Okay, it's not your turn. You had to press 5C, but it's kind of hard to recognize. Yeah, there was no reason for him to still be on the ground there. Okay, watch the cycle. Okay. No install. We're losing grid by backdashing. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, you could have killed him. Oh, you're going to kill him anyways. All right. Yeah, this is definitely a good player who is having fun playing Seth. It's clear that Foxov is not a Seth player, but that's fine. It's a video game. You should have fun. Oh, he had the mix, but he had the wrong timing. Oh? Oh, this is really good routing from him. Okay, let's go Foxov! Sorry, I played Seth more recently, so I'm gonna be a little bit biased. Okay, you have a CS? But yeah, neutral CS 66C is not very useful in this matchup. Because Seth likes to go up, and 66C does not hit up. Oh, he found the J2C button. That one's broken. That's a hilarious interaction. You just kind of have to laugh at that. Oh, I missed his DK. Okay, good punish. $6B, nice. Oh, you checked with 5C there. You're kind of crazy. I think checking with 5B in a spot like that is a lot safer and more consistent. Nice. See, that offense was better. You gave him the opportunity to make the mistake. Oh, good routing. All right, please kill him. That's not how you kill him. Yeah, he knows that's plus. He played ST. Oh, interesting. All right, he kind of just jumps into it. Okay, we'll call it there for looking at those games. But yeah, these are your notes. Again, focus mostly on decision making. Your offense, you need to give the opponent the opportunity to make the mistake. This is not a character where you force things. If you watch the way that you play and contrast it to like the way Knots or Mario or even Red Blade played this character, I think that distinction is like very clear. To me, like the endgame fantasy of playing offense in the corner with this character is Red Blade versus Masoma from it's either Climax 2018 or Combo Breaker 2018. I think it's Climax. Where Red Blade's just jailing Masoma in the corner, just winning the cycle over and over and over again, and really forcing Masoma to make a decision on defense that he's not comfortable making. Like, that is where you want to get to with this character. But yeah, I hope that helps.